Hey everyone, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here is your daily forecast for the day of Monday, October 23rd, 2017. Now, before I get started, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone for hanging in with me yesterday. I don't know why, I was so frustrated with life and everything when I was filming my horoscope yesterday, but I'm feeling much better today. I slept in a little bit longer than I usually do, and I took a few deep breaths because I think someone suggested that, and I am feeling better right now. I do have, just so you know, 4 planets in Gemini, okay, and I've got a Virgo South Node, and I've got my Gemini Moon in an exact square with Mars, so I'm very intense, even if I don't always appear on the outside to be that way. With my Cancer rising, there's a lot of mental energy going on inside me, okay, and sometimes it's hard to get a handle on in a lot of ways, and maybe sometimes I need to, but I also at the same time don't really want to get a handle on it, because my mind is like my biggest strength in some ways. You give me a mental issue to work out here and I will wrap my mind around it in hundreds of different ways and get it and figure it out in no time. So I guess you got to take like the good with the bad, I guess, as you move forward. But that's just what is going on with me. I'm feeling better now. Hopefully this horoscope will be a lot better and more detailed too, okay? So that's where we are. Moon today, Sagittarius going on. I think the moon is in Sagittarius is in a much better spot, okay? It's a lot lighter, more playful, more experimental, okay? More exciting than the moon in Scorpio, okay? Moon in Scorpio, very deep, very intense, a lot of deep and intense feelings. And I think the moon in Sagittarius now is saying, okay, now that you've felt all these deep feelings in Scorpio, that's going on there, what can you do differently now that you felt those things? What do you need to change in your life? Is there something new that you need to do now that you felt those things, okay, in order to bring the adventure back to your life once again? Is there something else you need to experiment with or try, okay, after all of this stuff has come up? Sagittarius, just so you know, also rules religion, so it also rules your beliefs too. So after having some intense feelings the past few days, also needing to figure out, what does it all mean? Where do we go from here? Trying to make sense too of some feelings that perhaps came up out of the blue very intensely the past few days, okay? So I think just to set the stage, that's what's happening yesterday and into today, and also a little bit to tomorrow too, okay? I think if you can really start to make sense of some of your emotions that have come up here, and maybe try something new and different that you haven't done before based on these feelings that came up, I think it's going to open up some big opportunities here for you in relationships, okay? To do something new or different in relationships, to make sense of your relationships and to put them on better footing, with the moon here in a sextile with Venus in Libra, which rules relationships. Both of them do, okay? So I think that's what's going on there. I think as you're trying to figure out relationships and your feelings and do something new there, or with a commitment, if it's not hitting you in a very relationship way, I think there can also be some uncomfortable feelings or confusing feelings that come up too with the moon here in a square to Neptune, okay? Knowing you need to do something new with people and with your commitments, but not wanting to, not feeling comfortable, feeling out of your comfort zone, feeling like something's missing here as you're trying to get everything else in order, all right? And really needing to deal with that, really needing to not let yourself be so confused or so hurt, okay, or needing to accept that you feel that way, so that you really can begin to start to get things in a better place with relationships and with other people, okay? And I think if you can do that and get things in a better spot with others and not get so lost in some feelings that you have, I think it's going to be a lot easier for you here to do the North Node thing, with the moon making a trine to the North Node late at night, to be happier in life, to find the joy again, to move forward on some things that are very, very important to you, okay? It's just a matter of figuring out what you believe and trying something new here with other people, right? Not getting held back by some of your emotions. Okay, so I think that's what's going on here. This trine though to the North Node won't happen till kind of late at night, till like what, 8 p.m. Mountain Time. So I think most of the day we're going to be sitting here trying to figure out other people and what it is that we need to do with some of our commitments to put them in a better spot. All right, now I wish I could tell you that once the moon trines the North Node at the very end of the day that it's going to be better tomorrow, but it's also going to be hard tomorrow, because after this happens, the moon is going to come on top of Saturn, okay, which is a hard thing to begin with. It's going to square Chiron too, which is also very hard. So even though we're starting to hopefully do something new with relationships, make sense of our feelings, figure out some things that we need to do with other people, and maybe starting to feel like we're getting there, I think still feeling uncomfortable as we're doing something new, as we're trying to figure out what we believe here, and needing to get past that so that we can break free and that we can do more of what it is that's important to us here and not feel so confined, okay? I think that's what's happening, but just needing to deal with some difficult things, even if it feels uncomfortable, okay? So that you can get to the part later on where you feel more free and where more of the insights do come, okay? So that's basically what is going on there with the moon. Maybe also needing to be patient here with the moon in the semi-square with the sun and Jupiter, with some feelings that come up too, okay? Wanting to do new things, wanting to make sense of your life and get it in order here, but still having some deep feelings emerge that you weren't planning on, some things coming up from below the surface, especially with the sun that just moved into Scorpio, and needing to be patient with them if they come up, okay? And not really push too hard, but I think to accept and receive, okay? And to let there be an unfolding. There's like an unfolding and unraveling of emotions here and of your story that's coming in, especially with the sun here in Scorpio and now Mars here in Libra coming on. And so I think you're trying to make moves to have life better, to work with relationships, to overcome especially some things from the past and step into new chapters here, but still having some deep feelings that are coming up, okay? And really needing to allow your story to unfold, allow your story to reveal itself to you, okay, without trying to force things too hard here, even though you're trying to put some things in order and make sense of some things, okay? So I think that is what is going on there. Mercury also in a trine to Neptune, so maybe some confusion here about your feelings, about how to think about your feelings, and about how to make some changes in life that it is that you really need to make. But again, just needing to not be so particular here about some changes you do make and about what the changes look like, okay? I think as long as you're moving forward and trying something new that you feel like can put you in a better spot and your relationships in a better spot and help you heal some uncomfortable emotions, I think as long as you're trying to do those things here, then it's going to be a lot easier for you, you know, to figure some stuff out, all right? And to just not be so rigid about how things go according to plan, okay? So I think that's what's coming in here. Let me see if I missed anything. Saturn in a square to Chiron, I mentioned that. Uncomfortable feelings about something new that you're doing, where the moon's going to be tomorrow. Mercury, Neptune. So yeah, so I think that's what's going on. It's like we're coming into, you know, new chapters. We're starting to do new things. We're starting to do new things, especially with people here, and having some emotional stuff come up still for us to deal with and for us to face, all right, that we're going to have to figure out and we're going to have to put in its proper place. But all of this emotional stuff not always coming up at once, but slowly, bit by bit, revealing more pieces to the story that we didn't know, that we're then going to have to take and put in its proper place, okay, and deal with, even if it is uncomfortable, so that we can eventually have the life that we want. And I think we're really trying to figure out now what it is that we want and what it is that we feel, okay? So once we get to this life down the road, that nothing's missing and that we built it based on something really true and really solid that we really feel deep down in our hearts that we know is best for us, all right? Now your card for the day is the Star reversed, okay? This card to me is about not feeling like your life is in the right place, not feeling like you have a guiding star, the North Star. You don't know where the North Star is, or you don't feel like it's looking out for you in some way here, okay? And I think the message of this card is to figure out, what do you need to do to put your life back on the track, to feel like you are right where you need to be and are meant to be. What is it that you need to do in order to get there, okay? Even if it takes work and even if it's uncomfortable. I also think a message of this card too, and it's reversed, is to not stress out if it's not there immediately, not stress out if you don't feel like you are where you need to be, or if you don't know where your North Star is, okay? But to just be patient and to realize it's a process. Everything's a process, okay? Especially with the sun in Scorpio and Mars in Libra, there's an unfolding that is happening here, and I think you need to be patient with the unfolding, allow more insights to come to you as you move forward here. And as long as you have an eye on where your life is going, or are trying to figure out where things are going, you're going to be fine, and things are going to fall into place in the way that they need to, okay? So that's what I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.